Kia ora. We're asking for people's help from across the country on some important work that we have to do. We are developing advice on climate action for the decades to come. We're going to be giving this advice to government, but before we do, we want to test it with you to make sure it is realistic and robust, because the decisions that government make will affect all New Zealanders. It will affect the whenua, it'll affect our lives and livelihoods, it'll affect our global reputation. So we've opened consultation and it'll be open until the 31st of May, and we'd love to hear from you. The first piece of work is looking at what the next emissions budget should be. Now, emissions budgets are stepping stones that take us towards our 2050 climate targets. The first 3 emissions budgets are in place, and we're looking to the future to see what the fourth one should be. Emissions budgets represents total caps on how much climate pollution we can emit over a 5-year period. Now, we've presented what we think is the best option for New Zealand and New Zealanders. But we really want to hear from you about what you think in terms of where we've landed and if we've taken into account the right things, pieces of information, and thought about how it'll affect you. So we're keen for your feedback. Our second piece of work is actually looking at the 2050 climate target. Now, every time the Commission gives advice on the next emissions budget, we also do a sense check of that target. And that's because it is our guiding star. It provides an important signal for communities, for businesses, for all of us to plan and prepare for the changes that are coming. At the same time, we need to make sure that the target is heading in the right direction. So what we've done is we've looked at all the new evidence since the target was set in 2019. And we've looked at the factors that we're required to assess to consider, has there been any significant changes since the target was set? Now, we've identified 4 areas where we think there may have been significant change, but we're really keen to hear from you about what you think of that. So our third piece of work that we're asking for your feedback on also relates to the 2050 target. We're answering a very specific question, which is, should our international shipping and aviation emissions also be included in the 2050 target? And if so, how? Now, as a country, we're particularly dependent on international aviation and shipping. From the goods that we import and export, visiting family overseas, to the fact that we are a trading nation. We are more dependent on these services than other countries. But at the same time, these emissions are significant and growing. And global consumers are increasingly aware and demanding change. So we've pulled together our work and we're sharing that with you. We're really keen to hear your thoughts on it before we make our final recommendation to government. So consultation is open until the 31st of May, and we want to hear from you. We're an evidence-based organisation, but that doesn't just mean data. We value all forms of knowledge. So please do make a submission online, email, or via post. This is your opportunity to have your say around the direction of climate action for decades to come. Ka kite.